Good evening. Welcome to my live, or if you're not watching live, welcome to my replay. Happy Friday or happy Saturday Eve, whichever way you feel about today. Either way is fine with me because I am ready for a weekend. My name is Robin and I'm with Robin's A Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. And tonight we're going to be doing an Americana project. So I'm going to hop right on in. If you haven't ever heard of Couture before, they specialize in these reusable silkscreen transfers. They do have I can get it pulled apart. It is a sticky back reusable silkscreen transfer. And depending on how you take care of them, you can get about 8 to 12 uses out of them. Many designers have gotten way more uses out of their individual transfers. But again, it kind of depends on what surfaces you use them on and how you take care of them. So I'm going to be using the size D 18 by 18 America the Beautiful transfer. And I'm going to be putting it on a faux palette board that I made out of 5-gallon paint stir sticks. And let me just show you so these are all 5-gallon stir sticks. And I'll flip it over, and I just braced it with 3 paint sticks that I cut off. So I was able to make my own little faux palette board or a little fence post board, however you want to look at it. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. Because this is a painted wood surface, I am going to use wax. You can either use Couture's surface wax, or because I still have a big jar of Minwax finishing wax, I'm going to go ahead and use that. So I just usually I like to use old cut up t-shirts. If they get holes in them or stains, I just cut them apart and put them in my rag bin. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of this wax and I'm going to rub it on. And once you pop in, if you want to go ahead and say hi in the comments, that way I know you're here. I'm using an online platform called StreamYard, and it doesn't tell me who pops on. It just tells me how many viewers I have. But I like to know who's on. So if you would just say hi in the comments and tell me where you're watching from, that would be great. If you're watching from my Facebook group, the Crafty Collab, make sure that you give StreamYard permission to show your profile picture. Otherwise, you just come up as a Facebook user and I don't know who you are. Hey, Amanda. So I'm just putting some wax on here so that my transfer, when I pull it up, doesn't pull up any of the paint or any wood fibers. Because they will, it does have a tendency to pull up paint fibers. Okay, so sorry if I'm shaking the table, but I'm going to get this buffed out. Hey Amanda, how's the weather outside? I haven't been out for a while, but it was getting kind of dark. And since I'm down here in my basement, I have no idea what the weather's like. I know we're supposed to be getting storms. Okay, that feels pretty good. So I'm going to peel the backer off of the transfer. That's about the easiest way to do it. That way your transfer does not fold over on itself. And if it does, don't panic, because you can take it to a sink and put warm water over it, and you can kind of pull it apart gently that way. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. I can kind of see through the transfer, so I can see my edges right here. I can see my edge down here. Make sure you guys can all see that. I'm just going to try to even it up at the bottom. Although I don't want to get it. I want to get it more towards the bottom since I'll have a bow. I'm going to be using some fabric again tonight. Hi, Sharon. How are you doing this evening? Sharon's from Delaware. That's pretty exciting. It's amazing that with social media, we can interact with people all around the country and all around the world. I think that looks kind of hard to, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to go around and rub all the areas that are white, because that's where my silk screen transfer is. And I want to make sure that that it's stuck down good and there's no air bubbles or air pockets. You'll know if there's an air bubble because you'll hear it pop as you run your squeegee over it. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Sharon, this is actually a surface that I made. It's just 5-gallon paint sticks that I've glued together with 3 cut paint sticks that I just glued to the back. You can get these paint sticks at some of the big box hardware stores. Like I got these at our local big box store, hardware store, for I think 3 for 87 cents. So I've used 12 across, and then there's 3 on the back. So I used 5 packages, so it's less than $5. And then you can use this one. On the white one, I used acrylic paint to paint it. And I have another gray one that I used some outdoor acrylic paint. You can use chalk paint. You could even use chalk paste watered down to paint them. So I'm going to use scarlet, or you can use candy apple. They're both about the same red. And I think I'm going to use this colonial blue. And then I think I'm going to use, I can't decide whether to use storm or silver. And then these are well, hold on, we may not use colonial blue. Let me, do you think cadet, this is cadet, do you think it would look better with the fabric versus colonial blue? I'm kind of thinking cadet will work better. Wished I had navy, but I don't. So I think we'll go ahead and use cadet blue. And then I think I'll use, silver instead of storm. So we'll put those 2 up there. Okay. So now I just got to figure out where to use what. Yep, Sharon, I agree. I think we'll use cadet. I'm just going to start. I have another camera over here. I was going to try to do a little time-lapse video while I was, maybe. Sorry about that. I should have had that started earlier. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I think I just got to figure out where to put what colors to put where. So I think we'll do cadet around. I'll do red on the America the Beautiful, and I think I'll do these parts silver. So we'll start with the cadet. And I'm going to get my water and a stir stick. It wasn't it. It's pretty good. I don't think it needs any water. Stick that up there. Okay. So we'll do the cadet up here. So I'm just going to grab some chalk paste with my squeegee. And I'm just going to put it on where the silk screen areas are. Kind of like I'm buttering toast. or frosting bread or frosting a cake. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick up the excess and get all of those little lines out. So anybody, you guys have any weekend plans? If you do, let me know what they are. Okay, so I'm going to get my blow dryer out and I'm just going to lightly blow dry this on a cool setting. Don't forget to share the video, hit that heart button, give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe. If you have any crafty friends, tag them in the comments. Sharon, you're going to cut your dog's nails. You can come to Kansas and you can cut our dog's nails. And Amanda, it sounds like you're working on Thea's birthday party. If you need any help, holler at me. I'd be more than happy to help you. Okay, so I think I'm going to do silver shimmer on the Liberty and the stars and then down here, but I'm going to work from top to bottom tonight. So, and I just gently laid that back down on the letters where I've already chalked. And I did that so that the chalk paste wouldn't dry in the silk screen. And then if I pull it up when it's dry, it'll pull all that chalk paste up. So I pulled it while it was wet and then just gently lay it back down. So now I'm going to do the silver shimmer on these inset letters and the stars. And I'm doing the same process. So then I'll get the stars. Put my lid on there. Yeah, we have a dog where if we take it to the vet to get its nails trimmed, they usually have to muzzle him because he hates to have his feet messed with, and he will nip at you if you even just touch his feet. Does not like it. Okay, so I'm going to peel that up. Let me get my blow dryer back out. So now we're going to go on to the America with our red. And I'm just going to make sure it's all down. I'm going to get a large, actually, I'm going to use, just because I have to cover a larger area, I'm going to use our angled squeegee because I can pull a lot more across faster. So I'm just going to, again, stick the squeegee in the paste. I'm going to go ahead and try to distribute it across the transfer. This is one of my favorite squeegees. It's very stiff, so I feel like it gives me a lot of control. And it's real. I heard a bubble. It's really good for larger areas because you can really pull a lot of chalk paste with it. Okay, so now I'm going to come down here and do the beautiful. Wipe up my excess. Put my lid back on. Pull that up and see what it looks like. It's pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to hit that with my blow dryer. So the 4th of July is coming up here pretty quick. Are you all pyrotechnics and shoot stuff off yourself? Or do you like to go to the local fireworks display and watch that? I think I've talked before, I live with 2 pyromaniacs, so guess what we'll be doing. Although one of my pyrotechnics will be in Minnesota for the 4th. Okay, so then we'll just gently lay that back down. Make sure my stars are... actually, I think now we'll work from the bottom up and we'll do the blue next. Push that up a little bit. Again, don't forget to share this video onto your pages or any group, crafty groups that you belong to, if you have permission. Tag your crafty friends in the comments. Hit that like button or the heart button. Oops. There's a big blob right here, I forgot. A family barbecue, that sounds like fun. I have blue paste everywhere. What? So the nice thing about this is it comes off. Oh, I do have blue paste everywhere. I've got blue paste chunks up there. The chalk paste, it goes on wet and it dries hard. It is water soluble, so I can on most non-porous surfaces like chalkboards, glass, things like that. But on wood, it'll just soak right on in. But on chalkboards and glass, you just use water and it comes right off. Get this placed back down. So then we'll do the silver. Oh, you watch the DC fireworks on TV. Those are always pretty spectacular. Okay, I think we're done. That part anyway. I'm gonna put this out of the way and hope that it doesn't get all crumpled up. Okay, let's get this dried. Just remember the shimmer paste does take a little longer to dry. Okay, so let's get these out of the way. I still have glue everywhere. Okay, wipe my hands off. So now I'm just gonna flip it around. So I think we're gonna add in this fabric. I'm gonna do what I did last week when we made the USA banner and cut some of this into strips. Probably should have done that ahead of time, but let's see. Just trying to get, yeah, that should work. Okay. So these gaps in the paint sticks up here kind of form a natural channel for ribbon. So, and it's about a little over an inch long. So I'm just gonna, let's measure for, I could probably get away with 1.5 inches. So I'm just gonna make a little 1.5 inch tick mark right there. And I'm just gonna tear it like we did last week. And then I'm going to cut the selvage piece off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weave this strip into in between these natural pickets. I'm going to cut this one in half. And then I think what we're going to do is I'm going to hot glue. There's a method to my madness. I have my glue gun plugged in over here. So I'm just going to glue. I've got Gorilla glue sticks in this glue gun, so it's supposed to be weather tolerant, weather resistant, so we'll see. Hopefully in the Kansas sun it won't melt the glue. We shall see. So I'm just going to glue this strip over here. Okay. There. So then I'm going to flip it back over. So I'm going to go this way. So I don't have to reach across. So then I'm just going to, and sometimes you can think, yep. So I'm going to use a pokey tool. I think that'll be easier. So I'm just going to weave this fabric in and out until I get to one side. Let's see if I can do it this way. Sometimes you can pull it in between. I seem to be having butterfingers this evening. So we'll stop there on that one. I'll pull this one around. That one is painted shut, so I'm going to poke it up from this end, from the back. I think we'll take this one a little more. Actually, I'll leave that there. And we'll just tie it. We're going to tie it right here. Let's see. Should I leave it like that? Okay. So now I'm going to make a few more strips. Maybe just one big long one. That way we can make the bow. So we'll tear it again. Cut off that selvage piece. And then I'll kind of make it how I made the bow with the yarn the last time. So this is going to be my tail, one of my tails. And so then I'll just keep looping, making little loops. Well, I can't see what I'm doing. Oops, I got twisted. Let's see. See if we can make another loop. That'll work. So I've kind of got part of the bow there. So I'm going to kind of twist that so that the outside shows. And then we're going to take some of this red. We may not use any white because I don't know if it'll show up. So we're going to do the same thing with the red. Just going to cut a little notch. And then we're just going to, whoops, that didn't work. That red doesn't want to take very well. Well, we'll just make little strips. We'll cut that one in half because it's a bit thick. Let's see if it'll. So we'll just crisscross those there. I apologize ahead of time. I think our lights just flickered. I don't know if it's storming outside. We're supposed to be getting storms, so. So I'm just going to cut off a few more strips. Let's see what that looks like. We'll add one more. Okay. So I'm just going to tie a knot. And again, the tighter you pull it, the poofier the little bow gets. Oops. Without getting... I don't know if I got stuff. Well, thanks, Sharon. That was nice to see. I have to say, I borrowed the paint stick idea with this particular transfer from another designer, but I do like I think the paint sticks, they make a great inexpensive surface to use. I can't find there they are. So if you're at your big box store like Lowe's, Menards, Home Depot, I think even Walmart sells packages of paint sticks. Get some, and then you can make your own little faux palette sign. Let's see how that... Get some of these excess strings off. So there you go. There is our sign with our little bow. And kind of mess with that a little bit. So what do you think? I think I like it. And what I'll probably do is just put some little D-ring hangers right there. I'll just super glue the D-ring hangers right there and then add some twine. And that'll probably be how I hang it. But you could always just set it up against something so that's kind of like a little leaner sign. You can put it in your rock garden, that kind of stuff. Thanks, Sharon. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I did put a cart link in the description of all the videos so that you can shop the supplies that I used and then adjust the cart accordingly. If you already have red chalk paste but you need the transfer, just adjust your cart accordingly. I also have my Linktree link that links to all of my other social media platforms, my website. I do have some ready to ship or ready to pre-order door hangers available on my website. All that kind of fun stuff. So if you don't have any other questions, I'm going to sign off for the evening. Have a great weekend, and I hope to see everyone either Saturday or Sunday for another live. Thanks for watching.